We're gonna get started right now.
So we're heading back to one of our favorite areas, which is the Jewish Ghetto. But we're going to Pizza Bona for Scott, because that's his favorite. And then we're heading to a Mediterranean place that I really like.
Located right in the center of the Jewish Ghetto is Pizza Bona. It's one of my favorite pizza places. Let's go inside and take a look. They've got seating inside, but it's a little bit rainy today, so all the seats were kind of filled up. So we just came out here to a bench nearby. It's maybe 30-40 yards from Pizza Bona. There's this little courtyard with some benches. So here's from Pizza Bona. They actually got some pizza, and we got this stuff here. I've actually never tried it. We'll see how that tastes. But I got just the mushroom pizza, and here is a delicacy. I don't know about delicacy, but a street food this originated here in the Jewish Ghetto. It's called a Artichoke. It's a fried artichoke. I've had them before from other places, never here in the Jewish Ghetto. This is where they originated, so I thought I'd get one here, and we'll see what that tastes like. This stuff looked really interesting. Look how thin that is. It's got a lot of flavor. Just very interesting, because it's almost like paper thin. It's got like a tomato sauce on top.
Pretty good.
That means it's not that great.
It's not one of my favorites, but it is light and the flavor is good.
This is how you stuff your face with pizza. Now this is the mushroom pizza. The crust is perfect. The only thing about Bona pizza, every once in a while I go there and they'll overcook the crust. This one's done just right, so no complaints here. But the last time I went to Bona, which was maybe a week ago, the crust was kind of burnt, kind of overcooked. I know, this one's really good. The fried artichoke. I don't know really what I expect here. It's been a long time since I've had one of these. Yeah, it's really good. Let's say it's got a nice crunch to it, nice flavor to it. This one's a little greasy. Other than that, the taste is wonderful.
Very good. I'm a huge fan of artichokes, so I'm loving this. I grew up having artichokes in my home and never had them fried until I came to Italy. Way to go.
Making our way towards the heart of the artichoke, and now you're getting into it. What I like are the crunchy stuff on top. Those leaves, all deep fried, they're really good. And the heart's good too, but the heart's kind of like you'd imagine, but the fried leaves are kind of a new experience. That artichoke was actually really good. And the stem too. So while we're doing this Jewish street food tour, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the Jewish Ghetto. It's kind of got a checkered past. Believe it or not, Jews have been settled here in Rome for more than 2,000 years. They've had a community of Jews. And for the most part, they got along well and had a pretty good life. But there have been a couple of periods that they've had it pretty rough. Starting in the 1500s, Pope John Paul decided that the Jews, since they weren't Christian, he had them stripped of their rights. They couldn't own property. Now they had to rent back at high prices. They were rounded up, and he ordered a wall to be constructed here at the Jewish Ghetto, where they had curfews and they had to return back to the Jewish Ghetto every day. And it went on for 300 years. And on Saturdays, they would have to go to like a sermon, I guess, after their church. They would have to go to a sermon trying to convert them to Christianity. And there's very few cases that Jews actually converted over the 300 years, and eventually that was ended, and the wall came down about 300 years later in the 1800s, and for a period of time they lived pretty comfortably. So once the wall came down in the 1800s, the Jewish community soon started to rebuild and make this a thriving community. But once again, tragedy was about to strike, and that struck in 1943 during World War II, when Gestapo came in and ordered all the Jews to be taken to the concentration camp Auschwitz, where most all of them, there was a little over 1,000 that were sent there, only like less than 20 ever returned to Rome. So today, in front of the doors where the Jews were taken, there are placards kind of memorializing the victims, those that lost their lives at Auschwitz. And it's kind of interesting. So when you come to Rome, make sure you don't miss the Jewish ghetto. It's got a lot of history here. And today it's a very vibrant community with lots of restaurants, great food, great people, just a fun atmosphere to hang out in. So we just left Bona Pizza, and now we're gonna head over to the Jewish bakery. It's the bakery with no name here. It's well known, and it serves pizza, but not the pizza like Italian pizza. It's more of a Jewish pizza, and I'll show you what that is. Let's go. So behind me is a bakery here in the Jewish ghetto. You can see there's no name on it. It's right here on the corner. Anyway, it's been selling pastries for more than 300 years, and they have something in there called Jewish pizza, which I love, and it makes a great street food. Let's go get some, and I'll show you what it's all about. Due biscotti con cioccolato e una pizza, un po' di bruscolini. Okay, this is the Jewish pizza. It's not like the pizza you may have thought, but this thing weighs probably, 4 or 5 ounces. I'm not sure. It's pretty dense. It's kind of like a fruit cake, but fruit cakes I don't think are very good. But once you bite into it, I promise you, you will not regret it. It looks dried out and a little bit burnt on the outside. On the inside, it's nice and moist. It is worth the trip to Rome itself, just getting this Jewish pizza. It's awesome. This is one of 2,500 nazzone. Nazzone is a big nose. Naso is a nose. My wife has a naso. Some people say that I have a nazzone. That's why I relate to these. These are so cool. These are drinking fountains in Rome that, like again, there's 2,500 of them. They're basically all over Rome. You just clog up the bottom and it turns into a drinking fountain. You can also fill your water bottle here, wash your hands here, and they're really good. And the water, by the way, is super good. It's cold, it's fresh, better than anything you get in the bottle. It's free and perfectly safe to drink. Just across the street, basically across the street from the bakery is a little fast food mid-Atlantic, I think they call it mid-Oriental actually, restaurant. It serves French fries, falafel. And this is where you get the good fried cod. So stick with us and we're gonna head there next. This is frito di bacala, fried codfish. And they have a little bit of a lemon juice. Let's put some of that on there. They cooked it fresh right when you got there, so it wasn't sitting out. Let's see how fresh this fish tastes. Really good. Fish tastes fresh. Oh, that's great. And this was about €5 for a nice portion of fish. So fried codfish has been sold in Rome for more than 2,000 years. It's one of the oldest street foods. It's not super popular anymore in Rome. You do see it here and there. But if you want fried codfish, I strongly recommend you come over to the Jewish Ghetto. This stuff is awesome. It was reasonably priced. And yeah, it's quite filling.